What you want to know?
Okay, well, tell me what it's like to be homeless, or tell me some experience or some challenge, or what happened, something that happened with your kids, or anything that resonates.
Okay, well, homelessness ain't no joke. That's for sure. That's a real condition. That's a real situation, and it's really real for a lot of people out here these days. I mean, you can go around and you can see people in Williams Park, around Mirror Lake, and various other little spots. People really sleep well, and the authorities don't really care about them nowadays anyway because they sleep out in the open once upon a time so you can take them to jail. See, so if you take a homeless person to jail, that's really helping him because in jail they're gonna feed you and stuff like that. And you're gonna get a lot of the amenities that you don't have when you're out. And I done been in a condition like that there before myself. I didn't really sleep out like that, but I have slept on a park bench before. And I had family, but I think it's a decision, a conscious decision that a person makes. Because if you're interested in changing your condition, then you'll take the necessary steps to change your condition. Most of these people that you meet out here that you would say homeless are homeless by choice and it's not by force. Now me, I had a situation before where I was homeless and I have two children. They're 9 and 7 right now, but back when maybe 3, 4 years ago, me and my fiance, my baby's mama, came up on some hard times. We was living in a little um, like townhouse, and for some reason, the guy that we was renting from, where I wasn't really renting from him, I was doing work, and then for the work, I was able to stay in the place, and I was raising my kids, the two kids, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, we had to leave. So we didn't have nowhere to go, So had a little car, so we slept in the car a couple of nights, and then came up on St. Vincent de Paul, a little shelter. It was helping out families. We got a referral and was able to get into St. Vincent de Paul and kind of like change our situation. But if we had not have had the fortitude to keep going, then we would have gave up and been just like the rest of the people out here who have given up. And I was able to write that condition, but it ain't no joke when you got two kids and you got to provide food for them, clothing and shelter, warmth, heat, all that there. And you have to do that on a daily basis. So it's a struggle. It's really a struggle. And I don't think that a lot of people that kind of like was privileged or something, I ain't going to say privileged, that had, and they people was able to provide for them. I don't think a lot of them really realize the depths of despair a person in when he in a condition, has like a homeless condition, and it seems like he just can't get out. It's just no one there to help him, and it's just like almost like a lost cause. So if you're not careful, homelessness will make you give up. But if you're strong and you determined and you keep your fortitude together, then you too can come out of a situation, any type of situation that you're in, because God always got a way of providing for you. You may not want what God providing for you, or think that that's what you want at that particular time, but it may be what you need. And God has a way of placing people in your life that will help you and assist you, if you really trying to help and assist yourself. But my mama told me one thing on a final note. My mama told me one thing when I was a kid. I think I was maybe about 6, 7 years old, and what I would do, I was always industrials type guy. You know what I mean? I cut yards and stuff and did all kind of little odd jobs. So when I was small, and I would have cash, and back in them days, I'm 60. I would be 69 years old tomorrow, November 15th. And my mom, I would have a little money, and I would go get gather up all my friends. I thought were friends, and I would take all of them to the store and buy all of them something, you know. And then it was a situation that came up. A couple of my friends had something. They was going to the store, and they wouldn't take me to the store. They like, "No, we ain't got enough money for you." And these are guys and girls that I was taking to the store every day, and that really hurt me. And my mama seen me in there crying, and she was like, "Boy, what's wrong with you?" And I told her about the whole little situation I did was wrong. And then my mama said, "You really, number one, you really can't expect people to do for you what you would do for them. You whatever you did for them, it should have been out of the heart of kindness and out of love. Not for some type of payback or something like that at a later date." But she did tell me this, and she said, "But I'm gonna tell you something." She said, "If you trying to help somebody that's not trying to help themselves, they ain't gonna do nothing but wind up you. They're not gonna do anything but use you." See, and that resonated with me, and I thought about that, and I lived my life according to that. So when I view people and situations, if I'm gonna give you something, I'm gonna give it to you because I felt like you needed it there, and I do it I genuinely out of the heart. I'm not expecting anything back. And but I'm not gonna let you use me. I can tell if you not really trying to help yourself, like a lot of guys and girls that's laying around the lakes and stuff like that and walk around with these big, where they can't do the shopping carts no more because the people don't reclaim their shopping carts, so they have to get something else. But they got these bundles of stuff, and they tote this stuff around, and they stashing it around here and there just for that. These people are not really interested in improving their condition. They what we call in my neighborhood, they call what we took this analogy from Western, the settlers. Settlers came across the West, because they was ready to settle in a land somewhere. And once they seen that land, they plopped down, anchored in, and everything, and they was there. They settled for that right there. And that's what I call a lot of people out in the streets that's doing nothing. You're a settler. You done got to a certain part in life. You're not interested in going no further. You don't want to go back, but you content right there. That's where you find your contentment. I try not to be a settler. I try to stay on the path that God got for me. And if you stay on the path that God got for you, ain't nothing but good gonna come off that path. When you try to maneuver and do things with your own mindset and your own direction, that's when you get lost. With that,
God bless.